Hi everyone. In today's presentation, we'll be discussing the migration of the Welsh blanket factory to a cloud-based infrastructure. The best method to carry out migration and planning. Cloud migration for WBF requires structured planning due to system complexity. The goal is to ensure scalability, flexibility, and reduce risk during transition. Agile methodology represents a modern approach that emphasizes iterative development, collaboration, and flexibility. It organizes work into short delivery cycles called sprints, after which the working software is reviewed and the next cycle is planned accordingly. For WBF, this means that the migration can begin with a lower risk, as complex systems have requirements that are likely to evolve. This approach allows for the system to be developed in smaller increments with continuous feedback and refinement. Scrum is a popular agile framework that provides a structured implementation of agile principles through defined roles, events, and artifacts. This structured approach allows for WBF teams to regularly inspect and adapt their progress, making it suitable for cloud migration projects or complex systems where understanding is developed over time. Similarly, Kanban supports continuous flow of delivery by visualizing workflows and limiting work that is in progress, which helps teams quickly respond to changes in goals and identify bottlenecks. Kanban methodology is useful when managing complex systems with continuous delivery requirements. However, the waterfall methodology uses a sequential structure where there are clearly defined phases such as requirements and designs, and these phases need to be complete before moving on to the next. While this approach provides strong documentation, it's harder to adapt to changes, making it an inappropriate planning tool for complex systems as it has flexible requirements and is consistently changing. This shows that when selecting appropriate methodology, we need to consider factors such as system complexity and regulatory requirements. A hybrid approach is often adapted for migration projects. For WBF, combining the structure planning of waterfall with the flexibility of agile to achieve an effective balance is recommended, as the waterfall phase will cover the requirements and Scrum is used for iterative configuration and Kanban for ongoing operations. The principles of Net DevOps and IAC, or infrastructure as code. DevOps integrates development and operations to improve collaboration, automation, and delivery. The core principles of DevOps is breaking down and automating complex, repetitive tasks and measuring performance. These principles are important in cloud migration projects where rapid deployment and system reliability are essential. A key practice within DevOps is continuous integration and continuous delivery. CI ensures that code changes are automatically built and tested so issues can be identified early on, and CD extends this by automating deployment processes, enabling systems to be released quickly and consistently. This supports high system availability and enables data-driven making. Infrastructure as code further enhances DevOps by managing infrastructure through code rather than manual configuration, ensuring consistency and scalability in the environment. Also, declarative tools such as Terraform allow teams to define the desired state of infrastructure, and imperative tools require step-by-step configuration instructions. However, declarative approaches are more maintainable and easier to manage in large-scale cloud systems. Overall, DevOps and IAC help organizations automate and streamline the infrastructure and improve efficiency. When applying infrastructure as code within the WBF cloud migration, an automated approach is used. This enables cloud components to deliver consistent and efficient configurations, reducing manual errors and ensuring that repeatability across the environment. For example, an Ansible playbook can be used to configure the routing protocols or services of the system. It also allows for network devices to be configured simultaneously for standardization. The use of IAC aligns with DevOps principles as it enables automation and integration between the development and operation teams. The configuration process ensures that key components such as servers and network services can be deployed rapidly for the migration to a cloud-based system. Furthermore, IAC promotes the use of version control so changes can be tracked and modified in configurations. Ansible was used as a tool to automate the configuration using the open shortest path first. This dynamic routing protocol allows routers within the network to automatically share routing information. By automating this process, the results shows that the risk of misconfiguration is reduced. Analysis of Net DevOps and IAC principles. In order for WBF to have a successful cloud migration, it's important that the development, operations, and security teams work together rather than as a separate unit. This alignment reflects net DevOps principles, where collaboration is critical to achieving efficient and secure system deployment. The development team is responsible for creating application code and configuration scripts using IAC. The operations team manages deployment pipelines, system performance, and maintenance, whereas the security team ensures that all systems meet compliance requirements and implement access controls to monitor risks and vulnerabilities in the system, as well as validate code. However, this effectiveness of the migration depends on the interaction between these teams, as the developers must integrate security requirements into their code and operation teams must deploy and monitor systems in alignment with both development and security standards, demonstrating shared responsibility. An organized and cohesive workflow ensures successful migration. The approach reduces delays and improves communication and also ensures that all aspects of the system are aligned with organizational needs. Without this, many issues arise, such as security vulnerabilities or deployment failures, which would negatively impact the migration process. Thank you for listening.